Hello, the purpose of this Anytime Anywhere workshop is to explain to faculty, both full-time and adjunct, how they can download their grades at any time during a semester. Let's begin by going to the control panel of a particular course, and once there, entering the Grade Center. At the top of the Grade Center there's a Manage button, and in this Manage button is a drop-down menu that contains the command Download. This is how one goes in and downloads their grades, and then it will go to Excel. You can then from Excel print it out or save it as a file and store it for later. So when we click Download, we're presented with 4 steps to complete the download of our grades. Most people will be using the download of the full Grade Center. However, you can select one specific column and include the comments for that one specific column, but you cannot include the comments for every single column. Most people will download the full Grade Center. For the second step, leave it set to the default tab. You can choose whether or not any columns or students that have been hidden can then, with a yes or a no, be shown or hidden in the printout of your data. So if you have hidden students and hidden columns that you would like printed, tell it yes. If not, leave this set to no. Now, the third thing is the location of where you want to save this file of your grades. You have a choice of saving it to your computer or to the content collection, which is also the content system, which is the My Files tab located up at the top of your screen. I'm going to choose My Computer. So I'm going to click my Submit button, and it's going to give me instructions that will save the CVS or comma separated value or delimited file onto my desktop. So please click the download, not the OK button. If you click OK, Blackboard thinks you're finished. So we click the download button, and as you can see, it's asking me to save the file, and I will click OK. So now I have that file saved on my desktop, and it's an Excel file. I can double click on it and actually launch Excel and view the data, which is what's happening now. Okay, so here's the Excel file that contains the data, as you can see here. Now, if you had a classroom full of data instead of just myself, which is I'm the only person enrolled in this course, you would have columns and rows of the data that looks like this. And then this information can then be printed out using Excel. So you actually have to save your file from Blackboard and then use an Excel file containing your data to actually print your files. You cannot print your grades directly from Blackboard. They have to be saved as an Excel file like we have done here and then printed from Excel. So now I'm going to click the OK here, and I have finished downloading my grades. Now if you would like to save them to your content system instead of saving them to your computer, for example, maybe you're at school and you'd like to have access to them at home without worrying about saving a file to a memory stick or transporting a disk or a CD. If you save it to your content system, which is the My Files button that you see here at the top of your page, then when you get home or wherever, you will have that file here in your content collection. Basically, your content system is a hard drive for your Blackboard courses, and a lot of the files that you use on a regular basis or files that you would like to transport from school to home and back can be stored either permanently or temporarily here. But you have to be judicious about them, especially with your videos. I only have a couple of videos in this folder, and already I'm almost half of my quota. So most faculty have about 100 megabytes of information that you can store here. So if you store a lot of videos here, you're going to be chewing up that data storage. Documents, you can store many documents and many Excel spreadsheets and many images without taking up that much space. I have hundreds of images in this particular folder, and it's only taking up 17 megabytes. Okay, so this would be where it would be saved in my files, and this is where you can find it. So let's go back to the course and back into the control panel and back into the Grade Center to see how to save your file of your grades to your content system. Again, we go to Manage and Download our grades, but this time we're going to select Content Collection at the bottom, and we're going to browse to show the computer where, or to show Blackboard where you want it to be saved. Now, if you just want it to be saved in this directory and you don't have any particular folder you would like to put it in, put the spot here. However, if you do have a folder ready that you would like to store things in, or you can at this time make a folder to store your grades, then you just put the spot in front of the folder that you would like to store them in. So you can see here I don't have a file for grades, so I'm going to add a folder. I'm going to call it Grades Backups, and I'm going to click Submit. Don't worry about all the stuff in between. So now I have a folder called Grades, and this is where I want to save my grade file that I'm showing you how to save right now. So you can add a folder while you're in the process of saving. That's not a problem. Okay, now that I've got the spot here and I've told Blackboard where to save the file, you must scroll down to the very bottom and click your Submit. Okay, now Blackboard knows where to save your grades that you are saving now. So we will click Submit, and that file will be saved into your content collection, as you can see from the little notification in yellow up here at the top. Now we'll close this and we'll take a look. We'll go into my files and we'll look in my little grade backup folder, and there's the Excel file. See how it has an XLS extension? That means this is an Excel file. To be able to open this file and use it, all I have to do is click on it, and it will ask me to save it, which I will do. And then once it's been saved on the desktop, you can launch it by double-clicking on the file, which will launch Excel, and it will give you the data. Now this is very useful information because once you get the data here, you can manipulate it. So this is why I like to come here at the beginning of the semester, and I like to download my grades right away before I even have any grades for my students, because it will give me an alphabetical listing of students which I can then use to print out and use as a checklist, either for me or a sign-in sheet for students, or you can manipulate it however you want. So it's very useful to know how to download your grades. Okay, so to download your grades, you have to be within a course. You have to be on the control panel of the course. You have to go into the Grade Center, and where you download your grades is Manage and Download.